7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Hey, it's Wayne with HaveToFlip.com. It's Monday. Monday. It's gonna be cold. Like crazy cold. Like they're already telling everybody to make sure you have plans for your kids because they ain't going to school. So, they're talking like wind chill of -40. -40. So, crazy. So I want to try to get as much as I can done today because tomorrow might be a little bit more hectic to get anything done. So here we are. So I'm getting out here a little late. It's 9 o'clock. Mondays are I always come out a little later because I have a lot more to do inside. All my sales in for the weekend. I got to reset all my sales. I normally have all of my YouTube uploaded. I got to do all my thumbnails. So I try to get all my thumbnails together and released so they all hit at 8 a.m. every morning. So I need to make sure all that is taken care of and everything's kind of linked right. So I messed up on some of my thumbnails. So I got two that switched. It'll look a little weird, but I don't care. I wasn't gonna go back and fix them because yesterday's was already released. Anyways, what we're gonna do today, I ended up with 15 sales over the weekend, which is really good, and I mean very decent sales. Sold the other book. That was 68 bucks, I think. So some really good profitable items going out, a lot of hard goods and a lot of clothes. Store 2, the way we're doing Store 2, it seems to be working quite well, which I'm very impressed with. The idea is more to move those set items. Those items that I put in Store 2 are the more mall brand, big box store brand items, because when we go to the bins, I just scoop the bins and take it all. So I always need work in here. Volume was my game plan always, but I did volume with the long dime and storage. I ran out of storage, so some of this stuff I've had for over a year, and I'm selling it now. So I wish I would have sold it for what I'm selling now, 6 months ago. I would have made the exact same amount of money, then holding it for a little longer. I would have had that money to reinvest back into it. And if I'm only flipping it every 6 months, I would have doubled my money than holding what I had, because I would have turned around, bought something, and sold it within that 6 months again at that same price. So in the end, I would have probably made more money even off the lower end mall brand stuff if I would have just quick flipped all of it. So I'm gonna throw in different ways, different types of buy it nows, auctions, percentages off, promotions. I'm really gonna fine-tune my second store because it's all clothing, and then I might eventually eliminate the majority of my clothing in Store 1 and solely do a lot of the hard goods and stuff out of that store. We'll see. I'll probably still do all the higher end stuff out of Store 1, everything that you guys see, I'm happy so far. I still have a lot of work to finish it to where I need to be, but right now it's flowing well, and I'm implementing some of the new systems that I want to implement on a monthly and weekly basis inside of Store 2. So super happy with that. And if everything comes out well within the next probably 4 to 6 months, you'll see the shift on my second store too, or my first store. I'll revamp it, and then I'll get it on the same flow if it's working just as well. A lot of the stuff that I'm doing on the second store, I'm already doing on the first store, and that's why I'm moving it over into the second store. So some of that stuff is already implemented on that store. And hopefully, if I work it out right and it all works out the way I want it to work out, you know, I'll have no problem sharing what I'm doing. So let's get to it. I gotta pull all these orders, so and box them. There's some big stuff I gotta box, so let's get to it. Alrighty, we got that knocked out. I'll tell you, it is always interesting when you're doing hard goods, what kind of boxes you end up getting to build. So one thing I definitely know now is, although I love my priority boxes, I definitely need to invest in different size boxes. Just going around and looking at like our little local Walmart, whatever, to find stuff and see if I can't find an actual box provider for some of them. As soon as I figure out which box I like. I like this. I like the eBay one. I think this is 8 by 6 by 4. I like that one, which I don't know if that's the same one as the priority, but I like that one for sure. This one is 10 by 7 by 4.5 or 4 3/4. So I really like that one too. Other than that's priority, and a lot of the smaller boxes I want to ship out for first class. So I've been able to make any box that I needed to ship out of the priority boxes through priority. My problem is finding those boxes for those smaller ones. So we're gonna knock out this sort. I'm gonna go ahead when I go into and print out the labels for these totes so that they're actually labeled correctly, so that shirts are in shirts, pants, so on and so forth. You get the idea. That way it's always the same repetitive spots every time, so that it'll get faster the faster I sort these. So the only thing I don't have over there is a light, which is unfortunate, but we'll have to make do today until I can actually get an LED over there. So let's get to it. All right, so that was super easy. Now all we need to do is just label the totes. But by going through that, it got me thinking. See, some of those clothes were my kids' clothes. And my whole life, we've went up north. We live in Ohio. We'd go all the way up to Lake Erie. And we'd always vacation in Lake Erie. I've done that with my kids since day one with them. So that is a big part of us. And it never fails. You always get souvenirs, and you always get t-shirts and items like that, and you outgrow them, they stain, you don't want them. I thought, what an awesome idea to be able to have that visible, because to me that area brings me extreme joy. And if you see here, I have nothing in here at all except for what work is. So I decided to hang up the t-shirts. These t-shirts are the t-shirts that we've collected over the years there. So there's 3 there, but I have like 15 or 20 of them that I have personally that I've outgrown, that I can't get back into. So what I want to do is I want to do all of this top wall in it. Now, to anybody else, it'll look like the t-shirt area, which is exactly what that area is. But to me, every time I look at this wall, it's gonna spark great feelings for me, which is gonna be awesome to come in here every day and see that and have those feelings as I'm working. So I don't know, I thought it was pretty cool. We're gonna see. I only have 3 up right now. My wife's asleep in our bedroom where all mine are. and I've never got rid of all of them. I've always hoarded them all. So don't know why, but I think I know why now. So here real soon, we're gonna have some pretty cool t-shirts up on the wall. Let's go ahead and knock out some of this RA and see how much farther we can get on it. There's some stuff I need to prep to get some stickers off, and I definitely need to get a heat gun. I don't have one, so it's definitely on my list of things I need to pick up. But we'll work on getting these tags off, and then start working on getting them drafted so we can get them released today. So let's do it. Not too bad. I think that gave us 8 more drafts ready to be released, so I can go in and get those released today. And I mean, all we got now is 1, 3, 4, 5 SKUs left. So we only got about 5 SKUs left to process and be done with. And then we're gonna have to hit the close. So we'll hit those extremely hard. And do what we did last time and get like 3 or 4 totes knocked out right away, so that we have a good backlog for my wife. She still has probably about 15 to 20 drafts left that she needs to take care of, and then she's out of work, so I need to make sure I have stuff ready for her when she gets those drafts done. And we've been constantly releasing, I don't know, probably 8 to 10 every day, now that I've implemented some hard goods into it, because not only am I doing it, she's releasing stuff too. So that's really helped the game as well. I mean, you saw today it was really good. A lot of big boxes, which is good. Loving hard goods. I'm loving seeing these shelves fill up. So that's it for today. We're gonna go in. I'm gonna do some more work. Still working pretty hard on store 2. So I want to try to get that pretty much hammered out and nailed out and done. And then turn over the workflow as soon as the new month comes in. A lot of the stuff that I need to finish store 2 is ending and relisting a lot of items. They've been into good to cancel since whatever, June or July, since they had the mandatory 14-day before you were allowed to run a sale. So I'm going to get all of those out of that good till cancel, except for my final price. As soon as it hits X price, I am not going to drop it any lower. It's going to sit at that price until it either sells, gets sent to auction, or we transfer it over to Poshmark and put it on there and let it sit over there for free. So that's where we are, and I need to hammer some of that out because I want to get everything ready to end on the 1st. So I only got a couple more days to get that all taken care of. So I hope everybody had awesome sales. I hope everybody had a great weekend. And as always, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Unfortunately, all good things have to come to an end. And here we are. So if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to continue to follow my journey, make sure you subscribe. So until then, I'll catch you on the flip side. Good night. Goodbye. See you later. Toodaloo.